Okay, here we are. This is the day that the Lord has created. We will be glad and rejoice in it. This is Hope, PA, Lambertville, New Jersey.
Book of Job.
Let's go for the ride.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God, and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified
Silver Boy
them, and rose
on
up
the
early in the
corner.
morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
As
And
the
Job
bridge,
said,
we're going
"It
to
may be that my
cross
sons have
now.
sinned, and cursed God in their hearts." Thus did Job continually.
Yeah, as the bridge.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord.
Delaware River in the back
Satan
there.
came also among them. And the Lord said
So
unto
let's
Satan,
go. Hallelujah.
"Whence
Let's
comest
praise
thou?"
the Lord on this
Then Satan
beautiful
answered the Lord and said,
1st of
"From
December
going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it."
2024.
And the Lord said unto Satan, "Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there
Get
is none
out
like
of
him in the
here.
earth, a perfect and an upright
Get
man,
out of here.
one that feareth God, and escheweth evil?" Then Satan answered the Lord and said,
Going
"Doth
for a
Job fear
ride.
God for naught?
It's only
Hast not thou made an hedge
27
about him,
degrees,
and
so
about his house,
it's nice
and
and
about all
chilly
that he
out
hath on
here.
every side?
That's for sure.
Thou hast blessed the work of his
Let me see
hands,
if
and
I
his
can
substance is increased in the
twist
land.
my phone this way a little bit.
Put forth thine hand
Okay,
now, and
here we
touch
go.
all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Very nice.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold,
Horn is there.
all that he hath is in thy power.
Cold weather.
Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day
I
when his
was gonna
sons and his
check my
daughters were eating and drinking wine in their
bicycle
eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job and
pressure,
said, The oxen were
but I
plowing,
forgot. So
and the
let's
asses
see.
feeding beside them.
We see
And the
what the
Sabaeans
Lord
fell
will
upon them
bring
and took them
us.
away. Yea, they
We
have
need to
slain
walk
the
the
servants with the
bike
edge of the sword.
across the
And
bridge.
I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, The fire of
I just
God is
finished
fallen from
eating
heaven, and have burned up the sheep and
Lipton
the
soup
servants,
with huevo.
and consumed them. And
Very
I
good.
only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Lovely.
While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said,
Now
The
we walk the
Chaldeans made out
bridge
3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have
until
carried them
they
away,
one
yea,
day open it.
and slain the servants with the
But
edge of the
us-
sword. And I only have escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house.
She made this
And
side for a
behold,
bicycle.
there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only have escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose, and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came
Well,
I
let's
out
finish
of my
this
mother's
quickly.
womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord
Let's
hath
finish
taken
this
away.
very quick.
Blessed be the name of
Look
the
how
Lord.
nice.
In all this,
Like it.
Job sinned not, nor charged God foolishly.
Take a look down there. Nice,
Job
isn't
2.
it?
Again there was a day when the
Gorgeous.
sons of God came to present themselves before the
Gorgeous
Lord.
modges. That's
And
why I
Satan
come up
came
here,
also among them to present
just
himself
for
before
these
the Lord.
views.
And the Lord said unto
As the
Satan,
bridge, they're still
Whence
working on it.
comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and
Nice.
said,
This bridge
Going
is
to
coming
and
out
fro in the earth,
beautiful.
and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my
Tell
servant
me
Job,
about
and there
it.
is
Tell
none
me
like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth
in the
evil.
background you got the Bible,
Still he holdeth fast his
the book of
integrity,
Job,
although thou movest me against him to destroy him without
and then
cause.
Matthew
And Satan answered the Lord and said,
till
Skin for
chapter
skin, yea,
7,
all that a man hath will he give for his life.
and then the book
But
of
put forth thy
Proverbs.
hand now and touch his bone and
Pay
his
attention
flesh,
to it,
and he will curse thee to thy face.
according to
And the Lord said unto Satan,
2
Behold,
Timothy, when Paul
he is in thine hand,
write to
but save his life.
Timothy, he said,
So went Satan forth from the presence
listen
of
to
the
the
Lord,
words of
and
the Bible,
smote Job with sore
because they
boils
can make
from
you
the sole of his
smart
foot unto his crown.
to get into
And he took him a potsherd to
salvation.
scrape himself withal, and he sat
You could be
down
smart
among
if
the
you listen
ashes.
to God's word.
Then said his wife unto him,
See that view down
Dost
there?
thou still retain thine
See that?
integrity?
See
Curse
that
God
view?
and die.
That's why
But
I
he said
come
unto
here
her,
for these
Thou
views.
speakest as one of the foolish
That's
women
why I
speaketh.
come all the way up here.
What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil?
Okay, now we continue
All
walking,
this did not Job
because
sin
we
with
need
his
to
lips.
cross the bridge.
Now when Job's three
Walking.
friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him,
Our
they
bikes.
came every one from his own place.
Yep, we need to
Eliphaz
walk the
the
bridge.
Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite,
Walk your
and
bike.
Zophar
It's the
the
Lord.
Hamathite, that they had made an
Now
appointment
they take
together
my
to
little
come
bike
to
away,
mourn with
and I
him
won't do this
and to
anymore.
comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar
Where is
off and knew
Jesus?
him not, they lifted up their voice
All
and
right.
wept. And they rent every one his mantle, and
Continue. Those
sprinkled dust
people
upon their heads toward heaven.
hijacking
So they sat down with him upon the ground
on
7
a
days
cold day
and
like
7
this, because
nights.
for them
And
it's
none
just
spake a word
another
unto
day,
him,
like for me.
for they saw that his
If you
grief
go to
was
Canada,
very great.
Canada's below zero, snowing, 12 feet, 30 feet of snow, and
Job
people
3.
go outside and
After
enjoy.
this, opened Job his
And
mouth,
we're gonna stay home
and
because it's
cursed
only
his day.
27
And
degrees.
Job spake
No,
and said, Let the day perish wherein I was
we
born,
got a lot to do
and the
here.
night in which it was
There's a
said,
lot of
There is a
fun to do.
man-child conceived.
So this is
Let
the
that day be
middle.
darkness, let not God regard
now
it from
I'm
above.
officially in
Neither let the
PA.
light shine upon it.
They need to paint the
Let
floors.
darkness and the shadow of death stain
We
it.
just passed
Let a cloud
with
dwell
Jersey
upon it.
behind.
Let the blackness of the day
I'm in the
terrify it.
middle
As for that night, let
for the
darkness seize
PA,
upon it. Let it
Pennsylvania.
not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months.
Do
Lo,
that.
let that night be solitary. Let no
Lo,
joyful
lo,
voice
lo,
come
lo,
therein.
lo,
Let
ra,
them
ra.
curse it that curse the day,
Do that,
already
do
to
that,
raise up
do
their mourning.
that.
Let the stars of the twilight thereof be
Thank
dark.
you, Jesus,
Let
for
it
the
know
gorgeous,
light, but
beautiful,
have none. Neither
and
let it see
wonderful
the
day you
dawning
give
of the
us.
day, because it shut
Thank
not
you, Lord.
up the doors of my mother's womb, nor
Now
hid
we're going for a
sorrow from
ride
mine eyes. Why
on this
died
beautiful
I
day.
not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the
That's
knees
Job
prevent me? Or why
cursing the day
breast
that he
that I
was
should
born,
suck? For now
because
should
he
I have
had
lain
so much
still and
sorrow
been quiet. I
in
should have
his life.
slept. Then had I been at rest. With kings and counselors of the earth, which go to desolate places for
But
themselves, or with princes that
listen,
have
that
gold,
he
who
never
fill their
give up.
houses with silver.
He
Or as
never
an
give up.
hidden untimely birth I
He
had
feel
not
the
been,
pressure,
as infants which never
but
saw
he did it.
light. There the wicked cease
He
from
made
troubling,
it to heaven.
and there the weary be at rest.
Hallelujah.
There the prisoners rest together, they hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures, which rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they can find the grave. Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom God hath hedged in? For my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings are poured out like the waters. For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came. Job 4. And Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we essay to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees.
Of
But
hope.
now it is come
Hope.
upon thee, and thou
Look at the
faintest.
crow.
It toucheth
Look at
thee,
the
and thou
crows,
art
the crow
troubled.
house.
Is
the
not
crow
this
barber
thy
shop.
fear, thy confidence, thy
Funny.
hope, and the uprightness of thy
Crazy,
ways?
I like it.
Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent,
Villa Victor Restaurant.
even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
Spice and
By the
love.
blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. The roaring of the lion,
Favoroso.
and the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken.
Rich
The
Tricks
old lion perisheth for lack of prey. The
Olivia.
stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad.
Olivia.
Now a thing was secretly brought to me,
Alright.
and mine ear received a little thereof.
You wanna go on our
Thoughts of
prayer
the
now?
visions of the night when deep
Let me
sleep
show
falleth
you.
on men. Fear
Let
came
me show
upon me,
you the
and
nice
trembling which made all my bones to
indulgence.
shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair
Bird.
of my flesh stood up. It stood still. But I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, Shall mortal man be more just than God? Shall a man be more pure than his
There
maker?
go the train.
Behold, he put no
There
trust in
goes
his
the
servants,
train.
and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay,
Let me go
whose
this way a
foundation
little bit.
is in the dust,
Let
which
me
are
see
crushed
what's
before the
in
moth.
this
They are destroyed from
before I
morning
go
to
this
evening.
way.
They perish
Go
forever,
to this
without any regarding it.
Yeah.
Doth not their excellency which is in them go away? They die, even without wisdom. Job 5. Call now if there be any that will answer thee, and to which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, and they are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to
This
deliver
is
them.
what I love.
Whose harvest the hungry eateth up,
This
and
place.
taketh it, even out of the thorns, and
Look
the
how
robber
beautiful
swalloweth
it is.
up their substance. Although
It is
affliction cometh
awesome.
not forth of the
An
dust, neither
awesome
doth
place.
trouble spring out of the ground. Yet man is born unto
Gorgeous.
trouble, as the sparks fly
The
upward.
gorgeous Moses.
I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doeth great things, and unsearchable, marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, who set upon high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise.
Look at those
He
guys
taketh the
down
wise in their own craftiness, and the
Boldness.
counsel of the froward is carried headlong. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noondays and the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor hath
Yeah,
hope,
he's
and
going
iniquity
flying.
stoppeth her mouth.
There goes the other.
Behold, happy is the man
They
whom
are
God
flying.
correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
Boulders.
For he maketh sore, and
They
bindeth
are
up, he
boulders.
woundeth, and his hands
They
make
want
whole.
to eat
He
you.
shall deliver thee in 6
They want to
troubles, yea,
eat
in
you.
7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yeah.
In famine he shall redeem thee from
Okay.
death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. And destruction and famine thou shalt laugh,
That's them
neither
right
shalt
there.
thou be afraid of the beast of the
That's
earth.
who they
For
are.
thou shalt be in league with the
Yeah.
stones of the field, and the beast of the
Lovely,
field shall
isn't
be
it?
at peace with thee. And thou shalt
Gorgeous.
know that thy tabernacle shall
More
be in peace,
gorgeous
and thou shalt visit thy
than
habitation, and
gorgeous.
shalt not see.
These emojis.
Thou shalt know also that thy
I
seed
want to
shall
go
be
through
great,
here
and
because
thine offspring as the
I
grass of
want
the
to
earth.
show you.
Thou shalt come to thy grave in a full age, like as a shock of corn cometh in.
Why I was
in
going
his
to bring
season.
Nene up here
Know this.
so
We
he
have
can
searched
see
it,
these
so it is,
giant
hear it, and know thou
dinosaurs.
it, for thy
But
good.
always he got something to do. Maybe one of these days. Okay, Nene? I love you, Nene.
Job 6.
I love you.
But Job answered and
This
said,
beauty.
Oh, that my grief were thoroughly weighed,
More beautiful
and my
than
calamity
beautiful.
laid in the balances together.
Beautiful.
For now it would be heavier than the sand of the sea. Therefore my words are swallowed up. For the arrows of the Almighty are within me. The poison whereof drinketh up my spirit. The terrors of God do set themselves in array against me. Doth the wild ass bray when he hath grass? Or loweth the ox over his fodder? Can that which is unsavory be eaten without salt? Or is there any taste in the white of an egg? The things that my soul refused to touch are as my sorrowful meat. Oh, that I might have my request, and that God would grant me the thing that I long for. Even that it would please God to destroy me, that he would let loose his hand and cut me off. Then should I yet have comfort, yea, I would harden myself in sorrow. Let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. What is my strength that I should hope, and what is mine end that I should prolong my life? Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Is not my help in me, and is
And then you
wisdom
got these
driven
houses
quite from me? To
next
him that
to
is
the
afflicted,
trail.
pity should be shown from his
They are
friend.
business and
But
they
he
are
forsaketh the fear of the Almighty. My brethren have dealt
residents.
deceitfully as a
So you
brook,
got
and
both.
as the stream of brooks,
You got
they
an
pass
apartment up
away,
there.
which are blackish
So
by
that one you
reason
have
of the
to pay
ice,
for.
and wherein the snow is hid. What time they wax
Oh, you
warm,
have
they
to pay
vanish. When it is hot, they are
Okay.
consumed out of their place.
This is
The
what I
paths
want
of
to
their
bring
way
you.
are turned aside.
I
They go
want to
to
show you.
nothing and perish. The troops of Tema looked. The companies of Sheba waited for them.
I just
They were
want to show you.
confounded because they had hoped.
See it right
They came
there?
thither and were ashamed.
That's the guy I'm
For
talking
now ye
about.
are nothing. Ye
This
see my
guy.
casting down and are afraid.
See
Did
that
I say
guy?
bring unto me, or give a
That's
reward
the
for
guy
me
I'm
of
talking
your
about.
substance?
See
Or deliver
Nene's
me from
friend.
the enemy's hand?
That's Nene's
Or
friend.
redeem me from the hand of the mighty? Teach me, and I will hold my tongue, and cause me
That's
to
Nene's
understand
friend.
wherein I have
Let me
erred.
show you Nene's
How
friend.
forcible are right words.
This is Nene's
But what doth
friend.
your arguing reprove?
Hey, Nene.
Do ye imagine to reprove
This is for
words,
you.
and the speeches of one that is
This is
desperate,
your
which
friend
are as wind? Yea,
right
ye
here
overwhelm the fatherless, and ye
with
dig
the
a
long
pit for
tail.
your
He's
friend.
waiting for you.
Now therefore be content, look upon
He's
me,
disappointed
for it
with
is
you
evident
today
unto you if I lie.
because
Return,
you
I pray
went
you, let it
to
not be iniquity. Yea,
watch
return
the
again.
game.
My righteousness is in it.
See that?
Is there iniquity in my
That's the
tongue?
guy I'm talking about.
Cannot my taste discern
Yes.
perverse things?
Let me tell you this here. Delaware Canal. Yeah. Yeah.
Job 7. Is there not
See
an
that?
appointed time to man upon earth?
All right.
Are not his days also like the days of
Now,
an hireling? As a
we
servant
got the
earnestly
crazy
desireth
guy.
the shadow, and as an
We
hireling
have the
looketh for the
crazy
reward
guy.
of his work, so am
Yes.
I made to possess months of vanity,
That's your friend,
and
Nene.
wearisome nights are appointed to me.
He's waiting for you,
When I lie
Nene.
down, I say, when shall I
He's
arise,
waiting
and the night
for
be
you
gone? And I'm
to
full
say
of
when you
tossings
coming
to
to
and
visit.
fro unto the dawning of the day.
When are you
My
coming
flesh
to
is
visit,
clothed
Nene?
with worms and
That's what he
clods
wants
of
to
dust.
know.
My skin is
Let me see if
broken
I
and
can get a
become
picture
loathsome.
with him.
My days
My
are
dog
swifter
doesn't
than a
want to steak
whore's
like
shuttle
always.
and are spent
He's
without
naughty.
hope. Oh, remember that my life is wind. Mine eye shall no more see good. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanisheth away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up
Come
no
on,
more.
bicycle.
He shall return no more
Stop
to his
it.
house, neither shall his place know him any more.
Stay
Therefore
still
I
for
will
a
not
minute.
refrain my mouth. I will speak in the
There.
anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a whale settest a watch over me? When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I know it. I would not live always. Let me alone. For my
Nene
days of
Macarena,
vanity.
he's waiting for you.
What is man that thou shouldst magnify
All
him,
right.
and that thou shouldst set
Bye-bye,
thine heart upon
friend.
him, and that
It
thou
was a
shouldst visit him
pleasure,
every morning
friend.
and try him every moment?
This is
How
the
long
guy
wilt thou
that I'm
not
talking
depart
about.
from me, nor let me
Always.
alone till I
All
swallow
right,
down my
let's get out of
spittle?
here.
I have sinned.
Time to go back.
What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why
I
hast thou set me as a
worship
mark against thee, so that I
you
am a burden to
only.
myself? And why dost thou not
Alright,
pardon my transgression and take away my iniquity? For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. Job 8.
Lord,
Then
I
answered Bildad the
worship
Shuhite and said, How long wilt thou
you.
speak these things? And how
Okay,
long shall the words of thy mouth be
we're
like a
back to
strong wind?
civilization.
Doth God pervert judgment, or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he have
Let's
cast
go
them away
for
for their
the ride.
transgression, if thou wouldst seek unto God betimes and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end should
Not too
greatly
many people
increase.
now
For inquire, I pray
because
thee,
it's
of the former
27
age,
degrees
and
going
prepare
up.
thyself to the search of their
When last
fathers.
time I saw it was
For we are but of
27.
yesterday and know nothing,
Maybe
because
now
our
it's
days
30
upon
or
earth
something.
are a shadow.
It's
Shall
cold,
not
but
they
it's
teach
pleasant.
thee and tell thee and utter words
Once
out
you
of their
bundle up,
heart? Can the rush
you
grow
don't
up
feel
without
the
mire?
cold.
Can the flag grow without
And it's a
water?
gorgeous day. It's
Whilst it is
sunny.
yet in his greenness,
It's
and not cut
dry.
down, it withereth
You
before
can see
any
the
other
river.
herb.
It's
So are the
frozen.
paths of all that forget
We got
God,
ice
and the
in it.
hypocrite's hope shall
Let me
perish.
show you.
Whose hope shall be
See?
cut off, and whose trust
The
shall
river
be a
is
spider's web?
frozen.
He shall lean
Pure
upon his house,
ice
but it shall not stand.
in the town.
He shall hold it fast, but it shall not
If we
endure.
continue like
He
this,
is green before the sun,
they
and
will
his
come up
branch
here
showeth forth
and
of his
skate
garden. His
on this
roots
canal.
are round about the heap, and seeth the
So
place
this
of
is the
stones.
place to have fun.
If he destroy him from his place,
Come down here and
then
have
it shall
some
deny him,
fun.
saying, I have not seen thee.
All right,
Behold,
enjoy the ride. May
This
the
is the
Lord
joy of his way,
bless you
and
and
out of
keep
the
you.
earth shall others
Let's
grow.
go for the ride.
Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing and thy lips with rejoicing. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. Job 9. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered? Which removeth the mountains, and they know not? Which overturneth them in his anger? Which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble? Which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars? Which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea? Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades in the chambers of the south? Which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number? Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away. Who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, What doest thou? If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him? Who, though I were righteous, yet would I not answer,
The
but I
ducky
would
has
make
forgot
supplication to my
frozen.
judge. called, and he'd
plastic
answer
bag.
me. Yet would I
Hey,
not
Mr.
believe that he had hearkened
Plastic
unto my voice.
Ducky.
For he breaketh me with a tempest, and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath,
Oh, that beautiful
but
stuff.
filleth me with bitterness. If I
Beautiful
speak of
stuff.
strength alone, he is strong.
Got it.
And if of judgment,
Yeah,
who shall
beautiful
set me a
stuff.
time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul. I would despise my life. This is one thing, therefore I said it. He destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. If the
How's the
scourge
train
slay
station over
suddenly,
there?
he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is
Well,
given into
everybody
the hand
get
of the
on the
wicked.
train and
He
go
covers the
for the
faces of the judges
ride.
thereof. If not, where and who is
We
he?
take you many places.
Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away. They see no good.
We take you to
They're
a,
passed away as the swift
I
ships.
forgot, I think
as
it's
the
called
eagle that
Kati
hasteth to
Trail
the
or
prey.
something like that.
If I say,
It's a very
I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort
famous
myself.
trail.
I am afraid of all my sorrows.
That's
I
New
know that
Hope
thou wilt not hold me innocent.
Railroad.
If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I
Beautiful.
wash myself with snow water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou
People
plunge
are
me in
going
the
back
ditch,
to their houses
and mine own
after
clothes shall abhor
Thanksgiving.
me. For he is not
So
man
this is
as I
going
am,
to be a
that I
very,
should answer him, and we should come
very
together at
crowded
judgment.
weekend
Neither is
on
there
the roads
any daysman betwixt us that might lay his hand upon us
because
both.
everybody is
Let him take his reign
everywhere.
away from me, and let not his fear terrify
Where
me.
you been?
Then would I speak and not fear him,
Comment.
but it is not so with me.
Let me know. How was your Thanksgiving Day? Mine was gorgeous, beautiful,
My soul is weary of my life.
quiet,
I will leave my complaint
daughter
upon
house,
myself. I will speak
lots of
in the
food,
bitterness of my soul. I will say
can
unto
be
God,
better.
do not condemn me.
The Lord
Show
bless
me wherefore
me
thou contendest with me.
in
Is
an
it good unto
awesome
thee
way.
that thou shouldst oppress, that thou
All
shouldst
right.
despise the work of thine hands, and
Esto se
shine upon
llama
the counsel of the wicked?
Hope,
Hast thou
Pensilvania.
eyes of flesh, or seest thou
Estamos
as man
haciendo
seeth? Are thy days
uno
the
de mis
days of
trails
man?
favoritos,
Are thy years as man's
uno de mis
days?
senderos
And thou
favoritos.
inquirest
Este es
after
uno
mine
de ellos.
iniquity, and searchest after my
Quiero
sin.
traer mi nieto aquí
Thou
porque,
knowest that I am not wicked,
morning,
and there is none that can
hay
deliver out
un-
of thine hand. Thine
un
hands
dinosaurio
have made me and fashioned
gigantesco.
me together round about.
me gustaría que
Thou dost
se
destroy me.
tomara sus fotos ahí porque eres
Remember, I beseech thee
amante
that
de
thou
los
hast made me as
dinosaurios.
the clay, and wilt thou bring
Pero hoy
me
no me
into
pudo
dust
acompañar
again.
por cuanto
Hast thou
tenía
not poured me out as milk,
un
and
juego de
girdled me like
fútbol.
cheese? Thou hast
So,
clothed me with skin and flesh, and
va a
hast
haber
fenced
un
me with
juego de los
bones and
Giants.
sinews. Thou hast granted
Y
me life and favor, and
eso
thy
no se da todos
visitation
los
hath
días.
preserved my spirit.
So que
These
disfrute
things
su
hast thou
juego.
hid in thine heart.
Él juega
I
fútbol y
know
eso lo
that this
anima
is
más.
with thee.
Que el Señor los siga bendiciendo a
And thou
todos.
mockest me, and thou
Y
wilt
este trail a mí me
acquit me from
encanta.
mine iniquity.
Por eso es que yo vengo aquí, porque tiene estas vistas.
And if I be righteous, yet
Esto es
will
tan
I not
hermoso
lift up
aquí,
my
que
head.
una vez que uno entra aquí no quiere
Therefore,
salir.
see thou mine
Ya van a estar
affliction,
viendo.
for it increaseth.
Yo voy suave,
Thou
no voy a ir
huntest me
corriendo,
as a fierce
sacado.
lion,
Yo
and
quiero
again
que
thou
vean,
showest thyself marvelous
vean la
upon me.
belleza
Thou renewest
que
thy witnesses against me, and increasest
rodea
thine indignation upon me.
este
Teachers
caminito.
and war are against me.
Estamos en Hope,
Wherefore then
Pensilvania.
hast thou brought me forth out of the
Y aunque tú no lo creas,
Oh,
está
that I
en
had
20
given up the
grados
ghost, and
y
no
hay un
eye
tipo
has
allá
seen me.
sacudiendo sábanas
I
sin
should have been
camisa.
as though I had not
Me
been.
gustaría
I should have been
poderlo
carried
grabar,
from the womb to
pero
the
ya lo
grave.
pasé.
But on my
Pero tú ves,
days
acá arriba la gente no le da frío.
cease then, and let
Al
me
contrario,
alone, that I may take
se
comfort
gozan.
before I go whence I shall not
Aunque yo estoy un
return.
poco abrigado,
Even to
no
the
un
land of
100%,
darkness
pero un
and the shadow of death, a land
89.9%.
of darkness as darkness itself,
Están 27 grados en caso de que haga brisa, pues como voy por el agua.
As darkness.
Pero aquí vamos en el nombre del Señor y predicando a Cristo a todas las naciones, dejándole saber
Job 11.
que la vida abundante
Answered so far, the
está en
Amazite,
Cristo Jesús.
and said,
Los que aman
"Should not the
al Señor
multitude of words be
son los
answered?
que permanecen
Should a
para
man full of
siempre.
talk be justified?
Así que
Should thy lies make men hold their
si
peace?
no has aceptado a
When thou
Jesucristo,
mockest, shall no man make
hoy es
thee
el día de
ashamed?
salvación. Hoy,
Thou hast said, "Mine
no lo
altar
dejes
is
para
pure,
mañana.
and I am clean in
Empieza a
thine eyes."
experimentar
But oh, that God would
lo que es
speak and
una
open his lips against thee,
relación
that he would show thee the secrets
en
of wisdom,
armonía
and they are double to
con
that
el
which is.
Creador del
Know
universo,
therefore that God
donde
exacteth of
uno
thee less than thine iniquity
deposita
deserveth.
en Él
Canst thou by searching find
la
out
vida.
God? Canst thou find
Todo lo
out
que
the
pueda haber en
Almighty
nuestras
unto
vidas.
perfection? It is as
luchas,
high as heaven. What canst thou do?
enfermedades,
Deeper than hell.
problemas,
What canst thou know?
lo que
The
venga,
measure thereof is longer than the earth.
en el nombre de
More than the
Jesús,
sea. If he cut off
podemos
and
vencer.
shut up or gather together,
Somos más que vencedores
for he knoweth
por
vain
medio de
men.
aquel.
He seeth
que nos
wickedness
amó.
also.
Ahí viene uno corriendo con sus perritos.
For vain man
Yo
would
voy
be
por
wise,
el lado.
though man be born
Vamos a
like
ver
a
cómo-
wild ass's coat.
We can do it. We can do this. We can do
Thine
this.
heart and stretch out
Hello.
thine hands toward him. If iniquity
Ahí
be in
ve.
thine hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles. For then shalt thou lift
We
up
got
thy face
to,
without spot. Yea, thou shalt be steadfast,
put all
and shalt not
big
fear.
ones.
Because thou shalt forget
Very
thy misery,
considered
and remember it as waters that pass
They don't
away.
even look at you.
And thine age shall be
But they
clearer
think they're
than the
human.
noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, thou
I don't
shalt
want to
be
think
as the
about that stuff
morning,
like this.
and thou shalt be secure because there is
But
hope.
anyway,
Yea, thou
praise
shalt
the Lord.
dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in
God knows
safety.
what He's doing.
Also thou shalt lie down,
And this is the day
and none shall make thee afraid.
that
Yea,
the Lord
many
has
shall make
created.
suit unto thee.
we
The
will
eyes of the wicked
rejoice
shall fail,
and
and
be
they shall
glad.
not escape. And their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost.
Este es el día que hizo Jehová. Me gozaré, me alegraré en el Señor.
No doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you.
A la
I am not
lomita,
inferior to you.
la lomita de
Who
Belén,
knoweth not such things as
con mi
these?
burrito
I am one among
sabanero
his neighbor who calleth upon
del
God, and he answereth
camino
him.
de
The
Belén.
just upright
Por aquí
man
entran los
is
vehículos,
laughed to scorn.
porque aquí hay
He
casas,
that is
no,
ready
no
to
se
slip
las
with his
pueden ver al
feet
otro
is
lado.
as a lamp despised in the
Y
thought of
quedan
him that
aquí
is at
mismito,
ease. The
a la
tabernacles of
orilla
robbers
del
prosper,
canal.
and
Esto
they
aquí
that
es una
provoke God
bendición,
secure. Into whose hand
siempre y
God bringeth
cuando
abundantly.
no venga
Ask
un
now the
huracán
beasts, and they shall
y
teach thee,
llueva de tal
and the
modo
fowls of the air,
que
and they
esos
shall
laguitos
tell
se
thee,
salgan de ahí, hay
or
mucha
speak to the
inundación.
earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes
Esto
of
yo
the
lo veo
sea
bonito
shall declare unto thee.
para
Knoweth
visitarlo,
not all these that the hand of the Lord
pero
hath
para
wrought
vivir
this,
aquí
whose hand is the soul of every living
hay que
thing,
ser hombre de
and the
fe
breath of all mankind.
y estar
Doth not
preparado
the ear try worms,
para cuando
and
ese
the mouth
laguito
taste
le dé
his
con
meat?
salirse de ahí
With the ancient is wisdom,
y meterse
and length
a
of
tu
days
casa.
understanding. With him
Al
is
otro
wisdom
día
and strength.
tengas que
He hath
limpiar,
counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down,
por lo
and it
menos
cannot
por 2 o
be
3
built again. He
meses.
shutteth up a man,
Ya
and there
tú
can be no
sabes.
opening. Behold,
Pero
he
esperemos que eso
withholdeth
nunca
the
pase.
waters, and
Oremos
they dry up.
que
Also he
gocen
sendeth them
su,
out, and they
su
overturn the earth.
hermosura
With him is strength
al
and
lado
wisdom.
del
The
canal.
deceived
Porque esta es
and
una
the
belleza de
deceiver
esa casa.
are his.
La casa está
He
ahí
leadeth
y el
counselors away
canal está aquí.
spoiled, and maketh the judges
Eso
fools.
es increíble.
He
Estas
looseth
casas son
the bond of
históricas.
kings, and girdeth their loins
Porque
with a girdle.
yo creo que esta casa tiene el
Princes
rufo
away
desde que la
spoiled, and
hicieron.
overthroweth the mighty. He removeth
Por
away the speech of
cuanto,
the trusty.
mira, está para vender también. Hay casas para vender como esta que está aquí.
He poureth contempt upon
Porque,
princes, and weakeneth with strength of the
¿cómo
mighty.
se llama?
He discovereth deep things out of darkness, and bringeth
Este
out to
canal
light the shadow
fue,
of death.
no me acuerdo cuándo
He
fue abierto,
increaseth nations and
pero por
destroyeth
este canal bajaban
them. He enlargeth
lo que es el
and
hierro,
strengtheneth them again.
las minas de hierro,
Taketh away the heart of
y
the
las
chief
minas de
being of the
carbón.
earth, and
Lo
causeth them to
transportaban desde
wander
Delaware
where there is no
hasta
way,
Nueva York.
in the dark without light.
Eso ahí era
Maketh
este era
them
el
to
medio
stagger like
de
a dog.
transportación. No habían tractor trailer para cargar las cosas, no habían carreteras.
Job
Desde el
13,
1800 no sé qué.
mine eye hath
So,
seen all
utilizaban
this,
esto,
mine ear
fue
hath
hecho
heard
por
and
los,
understood it.
creo que fue hecho
What
por
ye
los
know, the
griegos.
same do I know also. I am
Ellos fueron
not
los que
inferior
inventaron
to you.
la idea
Surely I would speak
de
to the
llevar
Almighty, and I
un
desire
canal
to
de
reason
agua
with
para
God.
movilizar
For ye are forgers of
la
lies,
economía.
ye are
Y lo
all
lograron.
physicians of no value.
Y dicen que después en el 1900, pero yo no sé qué, porque yo no estoy muy enterado
And
de
it
la
should be
historia.
your wisdom.
Yo me empapo más en la Biblia.
Hearken to the pleadings
Yo
of
en
my lips.
historia,
Or ye speak
en-
wickedly for God, and
en
talk
¿cómo se llama?
deceitfully for him.
Teología y
Or ye accept
todas
his
las demás
person, ye
ramas.
content for God.
Pues yo no
Is
me,
it good that he should search you out?
Con
Or
él.
as one man mocketh
Yo no
another,
me-
do ye so mock him?
me gusta
He will surely reprove you if
Ah,
you do secretly accept persons.
escudriñar mucho porque
Shall not his
siento
excellency make
que
you
está ahí, eso está, es bonito.
full upon you?
Pero para mí yo le doy prioridad a la palabra del Señor porque el cielo y la tierra pasará,
Hold your peace,
pero la
let me
palabra de
alone
Dios
that I may
no
speak,
pasará.
and let
Y
come
aunque
on
es
me
bueno saber de todo, si tienes el tiempo y lo puedes
wherefore
hacer.
do I take my
Si
flesh
tienes
and
el
my
tiempo y lo
teeth
puedes
upon my
escudriñar
life
todo,
and mine eye?
escudriñarlo todo,
Though he slay
retener
me,
lo
yet
bueno y
will
desechar
I
lo malo.
trust in him.
Ese es el consejo que da el
I
apóstol
will
Pablo.
maintain mine own ways before him.
Pero,
He also shall be my salvation.
¿cómo se llama?
For an hypocrite shall not
En
come before
mi
him.
persona,
Hear
en lo
diligently my
personal
speech
mío,
and my declaration with your
pues a mí me
ears.
gusta más la
Behold
Biblia.
now, I have
Yo he
ordered
tenido
my
que estudiar
course,
algunas cosas por obligación,
that I shall
tales
be
como las de
justified. Who is
el
he
sistema
that will
nervioso,
plead with me?
porque
For now,
el Señor me concedió hacerme técnico de,
do not do things unto me.
del sistema nervioso. Yo hago EMGs y para eso tiene que estudiarlo, porque si no, ¿cómo va a entender el sistema? Y créanme que lo estudiaba, pero como que al estudiarlo me perdía el pan de vida. Estudiaba un poquito de allá y un poquito de acá. Un poquito de allá y un poquito de acá. Y así que yo, ese soy yo. No tiene que seguir mi ejemplo, pero ese soy yo. Me gusta más la palabra, porque en la palabra de Dios veo a Dios. Entiendo su propósito. Entiendo su creación. Entiendo el porqué de las cosas. Esa es la palabra del Señor. Bendito sea, aleluya. El Cristo que vive y que reina por los siglos de los siglos. Gracias, Señor. Tú vives y reinas por los siglos de los siglos. Morning.
with the voice of his
How you doing?
excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard.
So, eso es lo que me gusta
God thundereth marvelously
de la
with his
palabra
voice.
de Dios.
Great things doeth he which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow,
Así que siga disfrutando por aquí paseíto.
likewise to the small rain
Este
and to
trail
the
es un
great rain of
poquito,
his strength. He sealeth up
de
the hand of every
distancia.
man, that all men may
El caminito
know
va un
his
poquito
work.
lejos,
Then the
pero a mí me
beasts
encanta
go into
este camino.
dens and remain in their places.
Por si vine hasta
Out
acá,
of the south cometh the whirlwind,
está a 2 horas de mi casa.
out of the north.
Yo
By the
vengo para
breath of
acá,
God frost is given,
2 horas
and the breath
manejo
of the
para acá,
waters is straitened.
hago 2 horas en el trail
He wearieth
y 2 horas
the
para
thick cloud.
regresarme,
He scattereth his
y ahí
bright
se
cloud.
va mi día.
It is turned around
Pero lo
about by his
considero
counsels, that they may do
un
whatsoever
día de
he
bendición.
commanded them upon the face of the world in the
Yep,
earth.
a blessing day.
He causeth it to come,
Every
whether
time I
for
do this
correction or
trail,
for his land or for mercy.
I consider
Hearken
that
unto this, O Job, stand still and
I
consider
am
the
very,
wondrous
very
works of
blessed.
God. Dost thou
Because
know
to do
what God
this
disposed to them, and caused the light of
is
his
a
cloud
very
to shine? Dost thou know the balancings of the clouds,
awesome
the wondrous
privilege
works of him, which is
that the
perfect in
Lord
knowledge.
gives us
How thy
to
garments are
these
warm
places.
when he quieteth the earth by the south wind. Hast thou with him
That's
spread out
easy.
the sky,
Hallelujah.
which is strong,
Well,
and as a
enjoy.
molten looking glass?
Enjoy
Teach
the
us
word.
what we shall say unto him, for we cannot order our
That's one
speech
of
by
the
reason
best
of darkness.
books in the Bible.
Shall it be told him
Book
that I
of
speak?
Job.
If a man speak,
We
surely
also
he
have
shall
an
be
old,
swallowed up. And now men see
the
not the
author is
bright
God.
light which is in the clouds,
Is the
but the
oldest
wind passeth
in the Bible.
and cleanseth them. Fair weather cometh out of the north.
And Job has
With
a
God is terrible majesty. Touching
awesome
the Almighty, we cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in
meaning
judgment, and in plenty of justice.
and
He will not afflict.
and
Men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart.
awesome type of Jesus and his church. The first wife is a cursed wife.
Job 38.
The wife
Then
that
the Lord answered Job
doesn't
out
care
of the whirlwind and said,
about
Who
God.
is this that darkeneth counsel by
And
words
that
without
wife
knowledge?
represents the
Gird
church.
up now thy loins like a man,
And the second
for I will
wife
demand of thee, and answer thou me.
is the wife that bless
Where was thou when I laid the
so
foundations of
much
the earth? Declare, if thou
because
hast
she
understanding. Who hath laid
obeyed
the
the
measures
Lord
thereof, if thou knowest?
to the
Or
fullest.
who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and
You
all
hear
the
that
sons of God shouted for
cornerstone?
joy? Or who
As
shut up the sea
Jesus.
with doors when it brake forth, as if it had issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and brake up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the day spring to know his place? That it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea? Or hast thou walked in the surge of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened unto thee? Or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldst take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldst know the paths to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou wast then born, or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath divided a water course for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth, where no man is, on the wilderness, wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth? Hath the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice, and the hoary frost of heaven, who hath gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings, that they may go, and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven? when the dust groweth into hardness, and the clods cleave fast together? Wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of the young lions when they couch in their dens and abide in the covert to lie in wait? Who provideth for the raven his food, when his young ones cry unto God? They wander for lack of meat. Job 39. Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? Or canst thou mark when the hinds do calve? Canst thou number the months that they fulfill? Or knowest thou the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves. They bring forth their young ones. They cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking. They grow up with corn. They go forth, and return not unto them. Who hath sent out the wild ass free? Or who hath loosed the bands of the wild ass? Whose house I have made in the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings. He scorneth the multitude of the city, neither regardeth he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib? Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow? Or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great? Or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him, that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn? Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. What time she lifteth up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength?
I wonder
Hast thou
where's the
clothed his
turtle,
neck with thunder?
since
Canst thou
the
make him
lake is
afraid as a grasshopper?
frozen,
The glory
or
of
the
his
canal
nostrils
is
is terrible.
frozen.
He poureth in the valley,
And you can see
and
the bottom
rejoiceth in
from
his
up
strength.
here.
He goeth
It might
on to
have
meet
like
the armed men. He mocketh
like
at
a
fear, and is not affrighted.
hole in there or
Neither turneth
something.
he back from the sword. The quiver rattleth against
I
him,
want to see if
the
I can
glittering
see
spear
in.
and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with fierceness and rage. Neither believeth he that it is the sound of the trumpet.
Will be a
He saith among the
frozen
trumpets, Ha, ha! And he smelleth the battle
frozen
afar off, the thunder of the
turtle.
captains, and the shouting. Doth the
There's no
hawk fly
turtles
by
down
thy
there.
wisdom, and stretch her wings toward the south? Doth the eagle mount up at thy command, and make her nest on high? She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. From thence she seeketh the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is she. Job 40. Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, Shall he that contendeth with the
No
Almighty
fish,
instruct him? He that reproveth
no
God,
turtle.
let him answer it.
Everything I see
Then Job
is
answered the Lord and
ice.
said, Behold,
Unbelievable.
I am fire.
How
What shall I answer
nature
thee?
work.
I will lay mine hand
Where
upon
the
my
Lord
mouth.
put them for
Once have I
wind.
spoken, but I will not answer, yea, twice, but I will
Awesome.
proceed no further. Then answered the Lord
Awesome.
unto Job out of the whirlwind, and said, Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Wilt thou also disannul my judgment? Wilt thou condemn me that thou mayest be righteous? Hast thou an arm like God? Or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold every one that is proud and abase him. Look on every one that is proud, and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them
Well, I
in the
see
dust together,
bluebirds
and bind their faces in secret.
and
Then will I also
red
confess unto thee
robins.
that thine own right hand can save thee. Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee. He
Cardinals.
eateth grass as an ox. Lo now, his strength is in his loins, and his force is in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar, and the sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong pieces of brass. His bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can make his sword to approach unto him. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees in the covert of the reed and fens. The shady trees cover him with their shadow. The willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh it with his eyes. His nose pierceth through snares. Draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down. Hadst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the
Want to
merchants?
throw
Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears?
in the water.
Lay thine hand upon him.
Let's see
Remember
what
the
will
battle.
happen.
Do no more. Behold,
Let's see
the
what
hope
will
of him is in
happen
vain. Shall not
when I
one be
throw
cast down
this
even at the sight of him? None is so
into
fierce
the
that
water.
dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me?
Whoa!
Who hath prevented
He
me that I
went
should repay him?
under
Whatsoever
the
is
water.
under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together, that they cannot be sundered. By his sneezings a light doth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goeth smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. His breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. In his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned
clear
into
that
joy
way.
before him. The flakes of his
So
flesh
clear.
are joined together. They
You
are
can
firm in
see the
themselves.
bottom.
They cannot be moved.
So
His
clear.
heart is as firm
Oh,
as a
those the
stone, yea,
holes.
as hard as a piece of
In
the
those
nether
holes
millstone. When
is
he
where they
raiseth up
live.
himself, the mighty are afraid.
Yeah,
By reason of breakings they purify
got
themselves.
to be.
The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear, the dart.
They know
nor the
not to
habergeon.
come out now.
He esteemeth iron as straw, and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth
you're
sharp
almost
pointed
at the
things
bridge.
upon the mire.
And
He
I'm
maketh
going to
the
turn.
deep to boil like a pot.
It's going
He maketh the
fast.
sea like a pot of
This
ointment.
is
He
going
maketh a path to
fast.
shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is a king over all the children of pride.
There's a lot of people up here in nice properties.
Then Job answered the Lord and said,
Everyone's sleeping
I
already.
know that thou canst do everything,
Or maybe this is rental
and that no thought
houses.
can be withholden from thee.
They got
Who
the
is he that hideth counsel without knowledge?
swimming pool covered
Therefore have I uttered
already.
that I understood not.
Everything's
Things too wonderful
nice.
for me which I knew not. Hear,
Beautiful.
I beseech thee,
Beautiful.
and I will speak. I will demand of
This
thee,
is a
and declare
beautiful
thou unto me.
getaway.
I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now
Nice.
mine eye seeth thee. Wherefore I abhor myself, and repent in dust and ashes. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is kindled against thee, and against thy two friends, for ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job hath. Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept, lest I deal with you after your folly, in that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went and did according as the Lord commanded them. The Lord also accepted Job. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came there unto him all his
Job
brethren,
prayed for his
and all his
friends.
sisters, and all they
Do you
that had
pray
been of his
for your
acquaintance
friends?
before, and did eat bread with him in his house. And they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she-asses. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Jemimah, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karen Happach. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job. And their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. After this lived Job 140 years, and saw his sons, and his sons' sons, even 4 generations.
Let me go down there.
So Job died, being old and full of
Let me go down
days.
there. I want to take a little pic down there. Let's see. Let's go down there. Take a little pic.
The Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren.
That's the
Judas
bridge
begat
we're going to
Phares and
cross
Zerah of
and
Thamar.
go down the other way.
Phares begat Esra,
That continue all
and
the
Esra
way up
begat
to,
Aram, and Aram begat
who knows?
Amminadab. And
I'm going to
Amminadab
go
begat
down here,
Naasson,
take a look at
Naasson
the
begat Salmon,
river.
and Salmon begat Boaz of Rahab.
And,
Boaz begat Obed of Ruth, and Obed
and,
begat Jesse. And Jesse begat David
and
the king, and David the king
you
begat
know,
Solomon of her that had been the wife of
take a
Urias.
quick
And Solomon begat Rehoboam,
restroom break.
and Rehoboam begat Abiah,
Because if I don't
and
take
Abiah
the
begat
parade
Asa,
now,
and Asa begat Josaphat, and Josaphat begat Joram, and Joram begat Ozias,
it's coming.
and Ozias begat Jotham, and Jotham begat Achaz, and Achaz begat Ezekias, and Ezekias begat Manasseh, and Manasseh begat Amon, and Amon begat Josias. Josias begat Jeconias and his brethren about the time they were carried away to Babylon. And after they were brought to Babylon, Jeconias begat Salathiel, and Salathiel begat Zerubbabel, and Zerubbabel begat Abiud, and Abiud begat Eliakim, and Eliakim begat Azor, and Azor begat Sadok, and Sadok begat Achim, and Achim begat Eliud, and Eliud begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat Mathan,
This is more
and Mathan
beautiful
begat
than
Jacob,
beautiful.
and Jacob
It's
begat
beautiful.
Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ.
Yep.
So,
This is
all
the
the
bridge.
generations
all
from
right.
Abraham to David are 14
That's the
generations.
bridge.
And from David until the carrying
See
away
that?
into Babylon are
It's a
14
beautiful
generations.
place, isn't it?
And from the carrying away into
Nice.
Babylon unto Christ are
You
14
see it from
generations.
every corner.
Now the birth of Jesus Christ
Thank you,
was on this
Jesus. Let's
wise.
go up again.
When as his mother
gotta
Mary
go
was
up this
espoused
way
to
now.
Joseph before they came
The
together,
rich
she was found
My
with child
bike
of the
over
Holy
there.
Ghost. And
Yeah.
Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not willing to make her a public example,
Cars passing
was
by.
minded to put her away privily.
Alright.
But while he
Let's
thought on
go.
these things, behold,
Up.
the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying,
Nice.
Joseph, thou son of David,
Lovely. It's just
fear
lovely.
not to take unto thee Mary,
I
thy
like
wife, for that which is
Thank you,
conceived
Lord,
in
for the
her
blessing.
is of the Holy Ghost.
That's my
And she shall
tiny,
bring forth a son, and
tiny
thou shalt
but
call his name
lovely.
Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
Alright.
Now this was done that it might be
Let's
fulfilled
continue.
which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet,
get out
saying,
of here.
Behold, a virgin shall be with child,
I think I'm going to
shall bring
take a
forth a
little
son,
bit
and they shall
of
call
a-
his name
of a drink.
Emmanuel,
Yeah, nice
which being
drinking here.
interpreted
Let me
is
drink
God
something
with us.
before I
Then
continue.
Joseph, being raised from
I got
sleep,
something to
did
drink.
as the
Let
angel
me
of the
get in
Lord had bidden
something.
him, and took
I
unto
got
him
something
his
to drink.
wife, and knew her not, till she had brought forth her firstborn son.
Spicy.
And he called his name
Spicy water.
Jesus. Matthew 2. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he
That
that
was
is born
good.
King of the Jews? For we have
That
seen his
is
star in the east and are come
delicious.
to worship him.
Let's get
When Herod
out
the
of
king had heard
here.
these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him.
My glove.
And when he had gathered all the chief priests and
forgot
scribes
my
of the people together, he demanded of them where
Yeah.
Christ should be born.
We don't make
And
love.
they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judea,
I
for
hear
thus it is
people
written by the prophet,
talking.
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee
There they are.
shall come a governor,
Ladies,
that shall rule
ladies.
my people Israel.
Ladies got
Then Herod, when he had privily
Yes, so I
called the
gotta
wise
ask
men,
ladies.
inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and
Let me
said,
show you something. When you
Go
come
and
to these
search
places,
diligently for the young
you see
child,
this here?
and when ye have found him,
This
bring me
thing here?
word again, that
That's
I
for you
may
to
come
put your bike
and
in.
worship him also.
Okay?
When they
You
had
put your
heard
bike
the
in
king, they
there,
departed, and lo,
and
the
it will
star
ride
which they
you
saw
up
in the east
nice
went
and
before
easy.
them, till
See?
it came and stood over where the
You
young
don't have to
child
kill
was.
yourself
When they
with
saw the
the
star, they
with the
rejoiced with
stairs.
exceeding great joy.
Up we go,
And when they were coming to the
up
house,
we
they
go,
saw the young child with
and
Mary
up
his
we
mother,
are.
and
Now we
fell
gotta
down
walk the bike.
and worshipped him.
See that?
And when they had opened their
This
treasures,
is the sign.
they presented unto him gifts,
All
gold,
right,
and
let's
frankincense, and myrrh.
Across the
And being
bridge.
warned of God in a dream that they should not return to
Well,
Herod,
we was down there
they
minutes
departed
ago.
into their own country
Down
another
over
way.
there.
And when they were
Down this
departed,
way.
behold, the angel of the Lord appeared
Aquí
unto
vamos.
Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise,
Mira que
and take the
bello.
young child and his mother, and flee
When
into
I get to
Egypt,
the middle,
and be thou there until
I
I
turn
bring thee
around
word.
for you.
For Herod will
So you
seek
can
the
see
young
the
child to
beauty
destroy him. When he
of the
arose, he took
Delaware
the young
River.
child and his mother by night,
This
and
trail
departed into
continue on
Egypt,
this side,
and was there
and the
until the
trail
death of
continue
Herod, that it might be
on
fulfilled
that
which was
side.
spoken of the Lord by the prophet,
Both
saying,
sides. That one
Out of
take you all the
Egypt
way
have
up
I
to
called my son.
Reading, PA.
And Herod,
And the other one take you all the way down
wise men, was
to
exceeding
Trenton,
wroth, and
New
sent
Jersey.
forth, and slew all the children that were in
Actually,
Bethlehem,
all the way down
and all
to
the coasts thereof, from 2 years old
Piscataway,
and
New
under,
Jersey.
according to the time which he
That's
had
the
diligently
Rising
inquired
Canal.
of the wise men.
Rail trail.
Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremy the prophet, saying, In Ramah was there a voice heard, lamentation and weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not.
Okay, go right ahead.
But when Herod was dead, behold,
Now we
an angel
almost
of
at
the
the
Lord
middle.
appeared
Look
in
at
a
that
dream to
river
Joseph
down
in
there.
Egypt, saying,
And look at
Arise,
that river
and take the young child and
up
his
there.
mother, and go into the land of Israel. For they
And there goes
are
the
dead
joggers.
which saw the young
Joggers
child's
won't
life.
fast.
And he arose and took the young child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he had heard that Archelaus did reign in Judea, in the room of his father Herod, He was afraid to go thither, notwithstanding being warned of God in a dream.
jogging.
He turned
Want to
aside
see me
into
jogging?
the parts of Galilee,
I'll show you.
and he came and dwelt in a city called
I'll show you
Nazareth,
right
that it might be fulfilled
See
which
me
was spoken
jogging?
by the prophets.
now. Here we go.
He shall be called a Nazarene.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
Matthew
3,
3.
4.
In those days came John the Baptist preaching in the wilderness
Tell
of
me,
Judea, and saying,
this
Repent ye,
is not awesome.
for the kingdom of heaven is at
More
hand.
awesome than awesome.
And this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, The voice of
Put
one
it back in
cried
there.
in the wilderness,
It's back
Prepare
over
ye
here.
the way of the
Let's
Lord,
go.
make his paths
Let's
straight.
have some
And the same John
fun.
had his raiment of camel's hair,
Alright,
and a
trail coming up.
leathern girdle about his loins,
About
and
to
his
come
meat
up,
was
trail.
locusts and wild honey.
Trail coming up.
Then went out to him
We're going to
Jerusalem and all
Stockton.
Judea, and all the region round about Jordan,
Stockton.
and were baptized of him in Jordan, confessing their sins.
La,
And
da,
when he saw
da.
many of the Pharisees and
Look at that.
Sadducees come to his baptism,
Look at
he
that.
said unto them,
Just
O
want you to
generation
look
of
at that.
vipers, who
Look.
hath warned you to flee
Isn't
from
that
the wrath of God?
gorgeous?
Bring forth
Moses.
fruits, meet
That
for
is
repentance.
gorgeous, Moses.
And think not to say within
That is
yourselves, We have Abraham to our
gorgeous.
father. But I say unto you, God is able of
Moses.
these stones to raise up children unto
All right.
Abraham. And now
We
also
did the
the
bridge.
axe is laid unto the root
Now
of
we're
the
going to
trees.
go
Therefore every
to,
tree which bringeth not forth good fruit
it's
is hewn down, cast
blocked.
into the fire.
It's
I indeed
closed.
baptize you
The
with
Arcanines
water unto repentance.
take
But he that cometh after me
It's
is mightier
closed.
than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you
All right, and then we
with the
have to
Holy
take
Ghost,
the other side,
whose fan
but
is in his
this one
hand,
is closed.
and he will thoroughly purge
Very
his
good.
floor and gather his wheat into the
Very
garner.
good.
But he will burn up
They
the
got the
chaff
good one closed. You know,
with unquenchable fire.
authorities. The authorities
And cometh Jesus
are
from
the
Galilee to Jordan
authorities.
unto John.
I think we found it up here too.
But John forbade
It
him,
is up
saying,
here
I
somewhere.
have need to
Well,
be
I don't know.
baptized of thee,
It's
and
here
comest thou
somewhere.
to me?
But I want
Jesus
to
answering
right
said
there,
unto
can
him,
I feed
Suffer
her?
it to be so now. But thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. And Jesus, when he was baptized, went up straightway out of the water, and lo, the heavens were opened unto him. And he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove, and lighting upon him. And lo, a voice from heaven saying, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Matthew 4. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness, to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward an hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, It is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on
Okay,
a
here we
pinnacle
are
of the
in
temple,
Stockton, New
and
Jersey,
saith unto him,
PA. This is
If thou
Stockton.
be the Son of God,
Okay, I'm going to show you.
cast thyself down,
See that?
for it is written,
There's
He shall give
Stockton.
his angels
Up
charge
there,
concerning thee,
Stockton
and in their hands
Food
they
Store.
shall bear thee up, lest in any
That is
time thou
Stockton.
dash thy foot against a stone.
Stockton. Well,
Jesus said
let's
unto
go
him,
through this side of the
It is
canal.
written again,
Because the guy
Thou
got the
shalt
other side
not tempt
closed.
the Lord thy God.
Which
Again the
means
devil taketh him up into an
we
exceeding
have to
high
go through
mountain,
this
and showeth him
other
all the kingdoms of the world,
Alright,
and the
now
glory
this
of
one is
them.
going to take you
And saith unto him,
all the way down.
All these things will I give thee,
to Lumbersville,
if thou wilt fall down
the other side.
and worship me.
Awesome, bro.
Then saith Jesus unto him,
Beautiful.
Get thee hence, Satan,
More
for it is written,
beautiful.
Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and
hear that?
him only shalt thou
You
serve.
shall worship the Lord your God
And the devil leaveth him,
and Him
and
alone.
behold, angels came
Adorarás
and
al
ministered
Señor
unto
tu
him.
Dios.
Now when
y
Jesus
solo
had
a
heard
Él
that John was
servirá.
cast into prison, he
Por
departed
la
to
palabra.
Galilee, and leaving Nazareth, he
Eso ya
came
está
and dwelt
escrito.
in Capernaum, which is upon the sea
Por lo que
coast,
dijo
in the
ahí.
borders of Zebulun and Nephthalim, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, The land of Zebulun and the land of Nephthalim, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people which sat in darkness saw great light. And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up. From that time, Jesus began to preach and to say, Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
You see
And
that
they
dog,
straightway
right?
left their nets, and followed him.
Sorry, that happened
And
in the
going on from
video.
thence, he saw other two brethren, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee their father,
The
mending
doggy
their
needs
nets.
to go.
And he called them,
You need to
and
go.
they immediately left the ship and their father,
You
and
need
followed
to
him.
go. You need to go.
And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all
There's
manner
no
of disease
water
among the
on this
people.
side.
And his fame went
Alright?
throughout all
You're only
Syria.
gonna see
And they brought unto him all sick people that were
trees.
taken with divers diseases and
The water
torments,
stay
and
on
those
my
which were
right
possessed
side all
with
the way
devils,
over there.
and those which were
The
lunatic,
river
and
runs
those that had the
all the way
palsy,
over there.
and he healed them.
Other side.
And there followed him great multitudes of people from
How I
Galilee,
love
and from Decapolis,
Jesus.
and from Jerusalem,
Oh,
and
let
from
me see. I
Judea,
think I have
and from beyond
a
Jordan.
rally. So good. Lally, lally.
Matthew 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up
Lally,
into a
lally.
mountain, and when he was
What?
set, his disciples
It's
came unto him,
time
and he opened his mouth,
for
and
lally.
told them, saying, Blessed are the
Lally.
poor in spirit, for theirs is the
Lally's
kingdom of
here.
heaven.
Yep,
Blessed are they
that's
that mourn,
Lally, alright. Oh, I'm
for
trying
they
to
shall be
put out
comforted.
my
Blessed are the meek,
glove.
for they shall inherit the
And
earth.
doesn't let me.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness,
Please
for they shall be
go,
filled.
Lally. See,
Blessed
that's the other side of the
are the
canal.
merciful, for they shall
But I don't
obtain
know why they
mercy.
have it closed.
Blessed are the
I don't
pure
get
in
it.
heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye, when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely,
It's
for
asking
my sake. Rejoice, and be exceeding
battery.
glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so
Asking
persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
for the battery.
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt hath lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill
Okay,
shall be in danger of the judgment.
it's charging again.
But I say unto you, that
Let's
whosoever is
continue.
angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar,
I'm looking
and
at
there
the other
rememberest
side of the
that
canal,
thy brother hath aught against thee, leave there thy gift before
and it
the
looks
altar,
fine
and go
to
thy
me.
way. First be reconciled to thy
I don't
brother,
understand why
and
they
then come
close
and
it.
offer thy gift. Agree with thine
And that's the
adversary
one that
quickly,
goes next
whilst
to the
thou art
water
in the way with him, lest at
on the
any
other
time the
side.
adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the uttermost farthing. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time,
See, you could
Thou
enter
shalt
here.
not commit adultery.
Eh?
But I say unto you,
You could
that
enter
whosoever
here.
looketh on a woman to lust
Look.
after her hath committed adultery with her
You
already
could enter
in
here,
his heart.
but you
And if thy
cannot
right
take it
eye
from over
offend
there.
thee,
I don't know why.
pluck it out and cast it
Maybe
from
they
thee.
want you to be
For it is profitable for thee
I was
that
on
one
that side,
of thy members should perish,
going up
and
to
not
the
that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
bridge.
And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it
Look at
off
that
and
water.
cast it from thee. For it is
Gorgeous.
profitable for thee that
It's the
one of thy
gorgeous
members should perish,
emojis.
and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. It hath been said,
Let's
Whosoever shall put away
continue.
his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall
I
marry
hope I
her
don't drop
that
my
is divorced,
glove
committeth
like I
adultery.
did last time.
Again ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time,
It's getting warm
Thou
already.
shalt not forswear thyself,
I'm sweating
but shalt
right now.
perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that would borrow of thee turn not thou away. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, and hate thine enemy.
See, if you
But I
come
say unto
here
you, love your enemies,
by
bless them that curse you,
summer, it's
do
hard to
good to
see
them that
the
hate you, and pray
river
for
on
them
the other
which
side
despitefully use you and
because
persecute you,
um,
that ye may be the
let me show
children
you.
of your Father which is in
See that?
heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the
Because
evil and on the good, and sendeth
the
rain on the
leaves,
just and on the unjust.
the folly
For if ye love them which love you,
will cover the
what
hurt.
reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Be therefore perfect, even as your Father, which is in heaven, is perfect. Matthew 6. Take heed that ye do not your alms before men to be seen of them. Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say
Let's
unto
go
you,
through here
they have their reward.
so you could
But
take
when
a
thou
look
doest alms, let
a
not thy
little bit.
left hand know what thy right hand
of the canal.
that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray, standing in the synagogues, and
There's some
the
donkey
corners of the
smoke.
streets, that they may be seen of men.
There you go.
Verily I say unto you, they have
Hundreds
their
of
reward.
Doki Smoky.
But thou, when
What's
thou
up,
prayest,
Mokies?
enter into thy closet.
What you guys doing?
When thou hast shut to thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret
Yeah,
shall
freaking-
reward thee openly.
That one is biting the other.
Use not vain
Why you
repetitions,
biting him?
as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of, before ye ask him. After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father,
Moki!
which art in heaven,
Moki!
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, in earth as
Yeah.
it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us
How
our
beautiful
debts,
is it? Look.
as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head, and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one
That's
and
Route
despise the
94.
other. Ye
That
cannot
one.
serve God and mammon.
That
Therefore I say
road
unto you, take no thought for your
will
life,
take you
what ye
all the
shall
way
eat,
down
or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body what
to
ye shall put on.
Philadelphia.
Is not the life more than meat, and the
I
body
drove it
than
already.
raiment? Behold the
I
fowls
passed
of
through
the air,
there.
for they sow not, neither do
Esa
they
carretera al
reap,
otro lado
nor
te
gather
lleva
into
hasta
barns,
Filadelfia.
yet your heavenly Father feedeth them.
Ya yo la manejé
Are ye not much better than they?
cuando fui a
Which of you
Shaquille
by taking
Trail.
thought can add 1 cubit
Se
unto his
llama
stature?
Shaquille Trail.
And why take ye
All
thought
the way
for
down.
raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They toil not, neither do they spin. And yet I say
Maravilloso.
unto you, that even Solomon in all
Ojo.
his glory was not arrayed like one
Nosotros.
of these. Wherefore, if
Pero
God
good.
so clothed the grass of the field, which today is, and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? Therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Matthew 7. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, it shall be measured to you again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, lay of thine
Amen.
eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye. Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see
how many people
clearly to
walking and
cast out the
jogging over
mote
here?
out of thy brother's eye.
Of all ages.
Give not that which is
I
holy
see
unto
of
the
all
dogs,
ages.
neither cast ye your pearls
Tony.
before swine, lest they trample
This is
them
the
under their
krokotos
feet,
muskitis,
and
proskitis,
turn again
praskitis.
and rend you.
Los koroskosnoskis.
Ask and it shall be
Sí,
given
son
you.
los choroskis.
Seek, and ye shall find.
Pero el mío,
Knock,
el
and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that
That's what I
seeketh
say.
findeth, and to him
That's
that
what I
knocketh
say.
it shall be opened.
Garutsi, nutsi,
Or what man is there of
turuskostis.
you who,
Billion,
if his son
billion.
ask bread, will he give him a stone?
Uh-huh.
Or if he ask a fish,
Let
will he give
me
him a
give a
serpent?
shout out to a nice
If ye then,
friend
being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children,
and my
how much more shall your Father which is in
smallest
heaven give
grandson,
good
I
things
call
to
him.
them that ask him?
They call me
Therefore,
Uncle
all things
Isaac,
whatsoever ye would that men should
but I
do to
call
you,
him
do ye
grandson.
even so to them. For
His
this
name.
is the law and the prophets.
His name
Enter ye
and
in at the
her
strait gate.
name
For wide is the
is...
gate,
I don't want to tell you
and
yet.
broad is the way that leadeth to destruction,
Mhm.
and many there be which go in thereat.
You ready?
Because
He's a
strait is the
prophet
gate, and narrow
from
is
the
the way
Bible.
which leadeth unto life.
I'm going to
And
give
few
a shout out to
there be
the
that find
tiny
it.
mini prophet.
Beware false prophets,
Prophet
which come to you in sheep's clothing,
Nathan.
but inwardly
What's up,
they
Nathan?
are ravening wolves.
How you doing, buddy?
Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or
And
figs
Mama.
of thistles?
Mama
Even so,
Nicolasa.
every good tree bringeth forth
Nicolasa
good fruit,
Massa.
but a corrupt tree
She's like a
bringeth
sis.
forth
We
evil
worked for
fruit.
more than
A good tree cannot
20
bring forth
years
evil
together
fruit, neither can a corrupt tree
with the
bring
best
forth
guy
good
on earth
fruit.
and the
Every
most
tree that bringeth
crazy,
not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast
Dr.
into the fire.
Genji.
Wherefore,
The Lord
by
pick
their
him up
fruits ye
and
shall know
take
them.
him home
Not everyone that saith unto me,
before
Lord,
us.
Lord, shall enter into
But
the
one
kingdom
day,
of heaven,
we get there too.
but he that doeth the will of
And
my
we're going to
Father
celebrate
which
with
is in heaven.
Jesus
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord,
every
have we not
day,
prophesied in thy name? And
forevermore.
in thy name have cast out devils?
Thank you.
And in thy name done
May
many
the Lord
wonderful
bless you
works?
guys.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain
I'm
descended,
doing
and the floods
16
came,
miles
and the
already.
winds blew,
16.2
and
says
beat
there.
upon that house, and it
Yeah.
fell not. For it was
See how this
founded
tiny
upon
bike
a
goes?
rock.
And ride and
And everyone that
ride
heareth
and
these
ride.
sayings of mine,
She's a
and
cuculata.
doeth them not, shall be likened
My
unto a
tiny bike
foolish
is a
man which built
cuculata.
his house upon the
This is a
sand.
good bike, by the way.
And the rain descended,
It says
and the floods
swings
came,
loop.
and the winds blew,
I thought it was going to
and
be a
beat upon that house, and it
cuculata
fell. And
bike,
great
but
was
yeah,
the
it
fall of
become
it.
a cuculata bike. A good
And it
one.
came to pass, when
Okay,
Jesus had
don't
ended
mess with
these
me now.
sayings, the
I give
people
you a little
were
bit of
astonished at his
compliment,
doctrine.
okay?
For
Hello.
he taught them as one having authority,
Now I'm
and
next
not
to
as the scribes.
the canal. You can see it right there. Let's see if there's nobody behind. So I can make 6 eyes.
Of thyself
And I
of
got the
tomorrow,
river on the other
for
side.
thou knowest not what a day may
Canal on
bring
one
forth.
side.
But another
Then I
man
will
praise
read
thee,
it on the
and not
other
thine own mouth, the stranger, and
Do
not
you know
thine
it's the
own
same
lips.
water that they
The
divided?
stone is heavy, and the sand weighty, but a fool's wrath is heavier
Awesome people.
than them both.
Smart.
Wrath is cruel,
Yep.
and anger is outrageous. But
Smart.
who is
Go
able to
and
stand
check it
before
out.
envy?
The study
Open
of the
rebuke
Raritan
is better
Canal
than secret love.
in PA to
Faithful
New
are the
York
wounds of a
City.
friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. The full soul loatheth an honeycomb, but to the hungry
That
soul
means you could ride your
every bitter
bike
thing is sweet.
all
As a bird
alone
that wandereth from her nest,
in the
so is a
canal
man that wandereth from his place.
to New York City.
Ointment and perfume rejoice the heart. So doth the sweetness of a man's friend by a
There's
hearty
a-
counsel.
There is
Thine
a
own
trail
friend
called
and thy father's friend have
the
forsaken
Empire
not.
State Trail.
Neither go into thy brother's house in the day of thy
I
calamity.
started in
For
Buffalo,
better is a neighbor that is near
and
than
it
a
goes
brother
down
far off.
all the way down to Brooklyn.
My son, be wise,
I have
and
done
make my
part
heart
of it.
glad, that I may
I
answer
did
him that
Manhattan
reproacheth
by
me.
George Washington.
Prudent man foreseeth the
I
evil
did
and hideth himself,
Walkway on
but the simple
Hudson.
pass on and are punished.
Some of it.
Take his garment that is surety
Go out
for a
there and
stranger,
enjoy
and take a
it.
pledge of him for a strange
This is the
woman.
time to do it.
He that blesseth his
It's
friend
not
with a
too
loud
many
voice,
crowded.
rising early in the morning,
Not too many
it shall be
people on,
counted a curse to him.
because
A
many
continual
people
dropping in a very rainy
scared.
day, and a
Oh.
contentious woman are alike.
They scared of
Whosoever hideth her hideth the wind, and the ointment of his right hand which betrayeth itself.
cold.
Iron
They don't like
sharpeneth
the
iron,
cold weather.
so a man sharpeneth
But once
the
you
countenance
start
of his friend. Whoso
pedaling
keepeth the
or
fig
walking,
tree shall eat the fruit thereof.
You don't feel
So he
cold no
that
more.
waiteth on his master shall be honored.
Feels good.
As in water, face
Right now, I'm
answereth to
sweating.
face. So the
Sweating.
heart of man to man.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Hell and
Sweating.
destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied. As the refining pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is a man to his praise.
Amen.
Though thou shouldst bray a fool in a mortar among wheat with a pestle, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. For riches are not forever,
The canal
and doth
went
the
that
crown
way.
endure to every generation. The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herbs of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats
Si
for the price
alguien
of the
te
field.
pregunta por ahí,
And thou shalt have goat's milk enough for
¿cómo
thy food,
estás?
for the food of thy
Ay,
household,
¿cómo
and
estás?
for the maintenance of thy
Si
maidens.
alguien te pregunta por ahí, ¿cómo estás? Ay, ¿cómo estás?
Proverbs 28.
Bendecido,
The wicked flee when
estoy
no man pursueth,
bendecido,
but the righteous are bold as a lion.
bendecido porque
For the
Cristo me
transgression of the
salvó.
land many are the princes thereof, but by a man of understanding and knowledge the state thereof shall be
Vamos a ver,
prolonged.
estoy en la milla
The poor
16.
man that oppresseth the
Estamos en
poor
la milla
is like a
16.
sweeping rain which leaveth no food. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich. Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son, but he that is a companion of riotous men shameth his father.
Laray,
He that by
laray,
usury
laray,
and unjust
laray,
gain
laray.
increaseth his substance, he shall gather it for him that will pity the poor. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his
Y alabar a
prayer
Dios
shall be
cuando las cosas te
abomination.
salen bien. Qué bueno.
Whoso causeth the righteous to go astray in an evil way, he shall fall
Alabar a
himself
Dios
into his
cuando la
own
vida
pit.
no hay problema.
But the
Qué cosa
upright shall have
buena.
good things in possession. The rich man is wise in his own conceit.
Pero
but the
yo
poor
le
that hath
alabo
understanding searcheth him
dentro
out.
del quebranto.
Righteous men do
Y mi
rejoice, there
Cristo
is great
Santo se
glory.
glorifica dentro
But
de
when the wicked
mí.
rise, a man is hidden.
Y si tú le
He that covereth his
alabas
sins shall not prosper,
dentro
but
del
whoso confesseth
quebranto,
and forsaketh them shall
ese
have
Cristo
mercy.
Santo se glorifica dentro de ti.
Happy is the man that feareth always,
Tomás,
but he that
Tomás.
hardeneth his heart shall fall into
¿Por
mischief.
qué dudaste?
As
Tomás,
a roaring lion
Tomás.
and a raging bear,
Y no has
so is a
creído.
wicked ruler over the poor people. The prince that wanteth understanding is also a great oppressor, but he that hateth covetousness shall prolong
Estamos
his
llegando.
days.
Ya
A
estamos
man that doeth
cerquita.
violence to the blood of any person
Estamos llegando.
shall flee to the pit.
Cerquita.
Let no man stay him.
Estamos llegando.
Whoso walketh uprightly shall be
Ya
saved,
estamos cerquita.
but he that is perverse in his ways
Ya
shall
estamos llegando.
fall at once.
Ya estamos
He that tilleth his
cerquita.
land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of persons is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. He that hasteth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. He that rebuketh a man afterwards shall find more favor than he that flattereth with the tongue. Whoso robbeth his father or his mother, and saith, It is no transgression, the same is the companion of a destroyer. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. Proverbs 29. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth
And
his
I'm going to
father,
take that trail
but
over
he
there.
that keepeth company with
It
harlots
looks more,
spendeth his substance.
more
The king
inviting.
by judgment establisheth the
Indeed.
land, but he that receiveth
Yep.
gifts overthroweth it. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous doth sing and rejoice. The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it. Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. The bloodthirsty hate the upright, but the just seek his soul. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. The poor and deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighteneth both their eyes. The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself bringeth his mother to shame.
Donkeys, monkeys.
When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest, yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. The servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understand, he will not answer. Seest thou a man that is hasty in his words? There is more hope of a fool than of him. He that delicately bringeth up his servant from a child shall have him become his son at the length. An angry man stirreth up strife, and a
Stretch of
furious
the
man
can
aboundeth in
walk
transgression.
the bike.
A man's pride
They
shall
want
bring
me
him
to
low,
walk the
but
bike.
honor shall uphold the
Report
humble in
valor.
spirit. Whoso is born
Swahili love. Look
feedeth
at
his own soul,
that. Look at the Swahili
and betrayeth it not.
mode. See
Fear
that?
of man bringeth a snare,
That is
but whoso putteth his trust in the
the
Lord shall
Swahili
be safe. Many
mode.
seek the ruler's favor,
Look at that. It's all the way up
cometh from the Lord.
high.
The
Huh?
just man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
Ese corito Guaralada. Adiós.
The words of Agur,
Y
Sergeant
tú
K,
le alabas
the
también.
man spake unto Ithiel, even unto Ithiel and Ukal. Surely I am more foolish than any man, and have not the understanding of man. I neither learn wisdom nor have the knowledge of ability. And
Dada,
ascended up into heaven, or descended, or hath gathered
dada.
to
Let me show you something. Man.
and established on the
I
ends of
want
the
to
earth.
show you something.
And
Yeah.
what is his son's name? If thou canst tell, every word of all is pure.
I want to show you something.
That put their trust in him. Turn thou knowledge to his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Two things have I required of thee,
Okay, let's
There
continue.
is a generation.
Look.
Oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up.
Report evaluation.
There are swords in their jaw teeth as knives to devour the poor from off the
All
earth,
right.
and the needy from among men. The horse leech
Para
hath
que
two
lo
daughters
sepa,
crying, give.
epa.
There are three things that are never satisfied, yea, four things say not it is enough. The grave,
Ese corito.
the earth
Oh,
that is not filled
15
with water,
and a
and the
quarter
fire
of a
that
mile.
saith not it is enough.
Let's go.
The eye that mocketh
We
at his
need to
father,
continue
and
the
despiseth
Ritis
to obey his
Magustis.
mother. The ravens
Let's
of the
see where
valley
this is
shall
going
pick
to
it
take.
out, and the young eagles shall eat
I
it.
can see we got
There be
two.
three things which are too
Two
wonderful for me,
muskis,
yea, four which I know not. The way of an eagle in the
Ese
air, the way of a
corito.
serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea,
Para
and the way of a
alabar a
man with a maid.
Dios.
Such is the way
Si tú
of an
le
adulterous
alabas
woman. She
también,
eateth, and wipeth her mouth, and saith,
sientes lo
I have done no
mismo que
wickedness.
yo.
For three things the
Yo
earth is
siento
disquieted, and for
que el
four which
Espíritu
it cannot
Santo
bear.
con él
For a servant
se
when he
está
reigneth, and a fool
derramando
when he's filled with meat. For an odious woman when she is married, and an
corazón.
handmaid that is heir to her mistress. There be four things which are little upon the
Now we
earth,
got to this
but
mount
they are
bike
exceeding wise.
again.
The ants are a
Let's
people
go.
not strong, yet
Let's
they
see what they
prepare
got
their
here.
meat
Oh,
in the
this is
summer,
the bridge
The
with the
conies are but a feeble
1,000
folk,
billions
yet
locks.
make they their houses in the
You see?
rocks. The locusts
See
have
how
no
many
king,
locks?
yet go they forth
Look at
all of them by bands. The
How
spider
many
taketh hold
locks?
with her hands, and is
Hey,
in kings'
Nene.
palaces.
Look at this
There be
one.
three things which go well, yea, four are
How
comely in
cool.
going. A
It's a
lion which is
fish.
strongest among beasts,
Beautiful.
and turneth not away for
He
any.
says,
A greyhound,
he
an
says
eagle
something.
also, and a king against whom there is
We
no
have even
rising up.
a 20 something.
If thou hast done
Nice.
foolishly in lifting up thyself,
Wow,
or
that
if
was
thou hast thought
gorgeous.
evil,
Gorgeous
lay
model.
thine hand upon thy
Jessica and Daniel.
mouth. Surely the churning of milk
Next
bringeth
time I
forth
come up
butter,
here, I'm gonna
and the
bring
wringing of the
mine.
nose bringeth forth blood.
Look at that one.
So the forcing of
Brian
wrath
and Kimberly.
bringeth forth strife.
Look at all of those tiny ones. Yeah, they got their names on it. Wow. This is beautiful. More beautiful than beautiful. Look at this one. This one is very old. Look at that. That is very old. Oh, look at this one right here. How about this one? Look at this one. I don't know if you can see that one. Oh my goodness, looks like a Buddha. Looks like a Buddha. And this one is a turtle. Look at that one. Funny, look at this one, turtle. Turtle. There goes another one, crazy one. How about this one, King Kong? Look at King Kong right there. See that? Wow, awesome. Over here, 4 in 1. I mean, the whole family is there. No one has a heart. Very nice. Very nice work of art. Look a little fishy. Right there. Hey, Mr. Fishy. Hearts. More hearts. Awesome. See if you pass by like she passed by. It says, dismount the bike for careless. That's a valuation right there. But people don't listen and they miss all this beauty because they just, they just want to be, hey Dad, what's up? Oh, that looks like that path because they leave flowers there. And this one has a rock. That one has memories of someone passing. And I like this one right here. Mr. Elephant. Look at that. That's it, Mr. Elephant. See it? tiger, elephant. Let's see what else. We're almost at the end. All right, we are at the end. That was awesome. Let's see this one. Awesome. Holy, holy, Lord, for your name is holy, so holy, Lord, is holy, holy, Lord. You know what? I'm gonna start another video with the rocks. Yep.